In this video, we are going to talk about HRA, House Rent Allowance. House Rent Allowance is a part of your salary. This will be calculated as a percentage on your basic pay. Now we will talk about this. How much an employee will get? This will be based on your basic pay. This will be calculated as a percentage of your basic salary. However, when we will get these percentages and how we will get these percentages? This can be taken from this table. The cities all over the India are divided into three types for this purpose, namely X cities, Y cities, Z cities. For Z type of cities, this is 8%, for Y 16, for X 24% of your basic pay. This will be remembered as 8th table. 8, 8 2s are 16, 8 3s are 24. However, whenever the percentage of DA crosses 25%, then it will become ninth table, which means 9%, 18%, 27%. If the DA crosses 50%, then this will become 10th table, which means 10%, 20%, 30%. There are some minimum pays which are described below. Those are 1800 in case of Z city, 3600 in case of Y city, and 5400 in case of Z city. The amount will vary according to the level of the employee. Why? Because this is a percentage of salary. This is not fixed amount in as like CEA, Children Education Allowance. So this will be changed according to your basic pay. Up to what extent eligible? All employees are eligible as mentioned earlier, but there are some conditions for this. We will talk about that. One is medical leave. If you are in a medical leave up to 8 months, the HRA will be provided to you. If it crosses, you have to provide a requisite certificate to your higher authority. If the authority is satisfied with your request, they may allow you for the 9th month. Similarly, for all other type of leaves up to 180 days, HRA is allowed. In case if you are suspended, up to 180 days, HRA is provided. After that, if you still required, you have to apply for that by providing requisite certificates. Okay. Station. We have mentioned earlier X city, Y city, and Z city. Now we will talk about that. An employee is working in X city, but he is staying in remote location near to that city. Then what we have to consider? Shall we consider the X city or village? In this case, the government is clearly mentioned that the place in which the employee is working, irrespective of where he is staying, is important to calculate HRA. Okay, even though there are some situations in which the station is important. So now we'll discuss about that. Number one is temporary transfer. An employee transferred temporarily. Then how we will calculate this station? How to consider the station? Up to the period of 90 days of transfer, we have to take old station only. If it crosses 90 days, then we can treat it as he is staying at a lengthy duration, so we will give new station. Okay. Similarly, training in India, an employee is sent to it for training, then he is getting daily allowance. DA means daily allowance. Then what is the process? Then up to 180 days, old station, which means the headquarters where he is actually working. If it crosses 180 days, then also old station. But if within 180 days the DA drawn is withdrawn, which means the DA is not giving, he is not getting DA. During that case, we can read here, if changed to DA not drawn within 180 days, then equals to 0.3. Then it will be treated DA not drawn, and then the condition is favorable. Favorable means old station or new station, whichever is favorable to the employee, he can select. Okay, which means whichever is high, he will get that amount. I will talk about this again. If he is not getting DA, then favorable. If he is getting DA, then old station. However, if he is if he is not getting DA after 180 days, then old station only. Okay. If you have any doubts, you please comment. I will discuss about that still. Okay. Deputation abroad. An employee is sent for a deputation to a foreign country. Then how much amount we have to give, on what basis we have to consider? It is old station only. Up to 1 year, old station only. Okay. If it crosses 1 year, then what we have to do? He is in foreign and it crosses 1 year, then there is no HRA. However, if he submitted a certificate saying that his family is residing, then we can give HRA even after 1 year. Okay, in some cases, no HRA. HRA will not be provided at these following cases. Okay, government quarters. The employee is getting government quarters. Then why again he need HRA? So government itself giving a place to stay. So he is not eligible for HRA. And free or subsidized hostels at any other government institutions. You are working in an institution, but some other institution is providing you some hostel, either your organization or some other organization. Especially for females, there are separate hostels are available. During these cases, whether he is eligible for HRA. No. Even if you are not staying in government in your institution location, even it belongs to some other institution, HRA will not be provided to you. Okay. When husband or wife got accommodation in the same station, there are one husband and wife are there, they are working together, and both are working in the same station, in the sense same city, then accommodation will not be, then HRA will not be provided. You understand? Even the both of them are working in separate organizations but in the same station, then also HRA will not be provided. Okay. Other government servants, rent free accommodation. A employee is staying with some other government servant who is getting a rent free accommodation. Okay. Then which means he is staying in a rent free accommodation. In those cases also HRA will not be provided to you if you are staying with other government servant. Similarly, if you are staying with a relative and the relative is having rent-free accommodation, either in your organization or in other central government or state government or autonomous body or public sector units, then also HRA will not be provided to you. Okay, and in some other case, which means the period debarred from allotment due to refusal. You are a government employee and you got a government quarters allotted to you as you requested, but because of some other reasons, if you refuse that government quarters which is allotted to you, then as according to government quarters rules, you are debarred to apply again for a period of 1 year. During that case, HRA also will not be provided. Why? Because the government is ready to give you, but you are not in a position to accept. So you are debarred to get allotment and you are not getting HRA too. Some important points to be noted are there. We will discuss now. HRA is an allowance and not a reimbursement. So no need to submit any rent bills. As like other reimbursement, this is not a reimbursement. This is just an allowance. So the government is not asking any rent bills. Irrespective of rent you paid and irrespective of whether you are paying rent or not, even if you are staying in your own house, then HRA will be provided. As mentioned here, employees staying in own house too eligible. Even if they are having own house, they are also eligible to get HRA. And give if a husband and wife fulfilling all the conditions. And husband and wife are there, both are staying together in a same house as usually. But they are not getting any quotas. The organization is not providing any quotas, and they also didn't apply for any quotas. Then HRA will be provided to both of them. Okay, but out of these two, if the government allocated quotas to any one of them, then both will not get that HRA. Hope you understand. And double HRA for Northeast region, Andaman, Nicobar, and Lakshadweep. It is clear. If you are working in these locations, HRA will be doubled. For part of a month, HRA paid proportionally. If you joined recently, or if you are resigning because of some other reasons, then HRA will be provided to you proportionally. For this proportion, how many days we have to take? We have to consider a number of 26 days per month. And hope you understand. If you have any doubts, please mention in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Share to the needy. Thank you. Yours, Ramji.